I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the 573rd episode of the Political Spotlight. I'm your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey, and I'm fired up. We've had a lot happening, and we are ready. As always, like the show, share the show with everyone you know, and help spread the word. Okay, so tonight was the Muncie City Parks Board meeting. And the meeting, the entire meeting lasted about an hour and 4 minutes. And there are some good things that if you're interested in Muncie parks and you follow that, you might want to go watch the entire meeting. We're not going to do that. I'm going to show you a couple of brief comments that were made at the Parks Board meeting. And while I was sitting there, it made me so enraged that I felt like I had to speak. So just briefly, I don't have it with me. Oh, I threw it away. So I had the agenda, and on the agenda, they have like a superintendent report. And so for everybody's knowledge, the superintendent of the Muncie Parks is Carl Malone. Not the really cool basketball player from the olden days, but just Muncie's Carl Malone, this worthless man. Okay, he is the Parks Board superintendent. And let me just go on record right up here up front saying he sucks. He has always been dead weight to the Ridenour administration, but Dan likes that kind of stuff. So Dan has lots of different dead weight around him. This is just one of those things. He needs to go. Ridenour needs to replace him. Matter of fact, Ridenour is getting ready to lose Misty Raines, the basically the number 2 out at Prairie Creek because of Carl Malone. And really what he needs to be doing is he needs to be fighting to keep Misty Raines, who the people like and the employees like. But Dan is going to let her go in order to keep Carl, and that is such a catastrophe. Really what he should do is he should boot Carl out the door, and he should put Misty Raines over as the park superintendent. But Dan is short-sighted, and he doesn't understand how this stuff works. So Dan likes the best in these positions. Yes, the best ass kissers. That's exactly correct. Exactly correct. So I want you guys to just get this for a moment. This is the superintendent's report. I just want you to listen to this guy talk for a minute.
Well, I can talk to Gretchen about getting that sent over.
Any other questions for Carl?
I got one more. On Prairie Creek, who is actually managing Prairie Creek and making all the decisions right now?
Well, we've been teaming up, Misty and myself, kind of, for the most part, has been having some conversations between ourselves. And then the office has helped out a little bit in terms of the phones and things of that nature.
This is an easy question, Carl. The answer is you've been doing it, or Misty's been doing it, or Dan's been doing it, or Dustin's been doing it. Why are you stumbling all around here? This is ignorant. I would say Misty wants to go because she's leaving of her own accord. I think she would stay if Dan got rid of Carl. Anyways, this guy is a screw up, okay? And I love this question by board member Jim Lutton. Ask this question: who's in charge out there? Jim Lutton, I don't know if he goes by James or Jim. He said something else during this that I think was very important. At one point he asked Carl if they hired more people out at Prairie Creek, would they hire somebody that gave a damn about the park? Somebody that had their heart in the Prairie Creek Reservoir, that had their heart in the park and wasn't just there for a paycheck, wasn't just there for their pension or whatever. And Carl's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be hiring all the best. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna be doing everything. It's gonna be wonderful." And they don't mean that. They don't care. They're running out all the good people, and they're killing Prairie Creek is what they're doing. So, all right, we're going to get past this. And I'm not going to let you hear all of this, but you guys should. Well, so really what I'm going to do here for a second is, this is Misty Raines.
When, since our last board meeting, in trying to help cover some of our operational changes. We have had a host of them since we last spoke.
And I want to be clear, the employees love her. The people out at Prairie Creek love her. She's good for the park, good for Prairie Creek, good for the employees, good for the citizens. Keep in mind, the Ridenour administration is pissing off a lot of the citizens right now. So he needs somebody good like Misty out there. But away she goes. I think she's put in her 2-week notice. I think she's done by the end of the year or something like that. But I just wanted you guys to give this for a second to hear her talk.
And a lot that we have had to update in our reservation software, which has been more of a taxing endeavor that we've had all hands on deck for switching over reservations from this
quitting
year
because
to
of the
next
BS
year.
out there, quitting because of a lot of things that are going on.
When it comes to
so after she gets done talking, and I'm not going to listen to all of this, I'm just giving you guys clips of this, and you can go find this. I shared this on my Facebook page, on Kristopher H. Bilbrey Facebook, and the Political Spotlight Facebook. So you can go see it anywhere. You can also see it on the City of Muncie's YouTube page. A citizen also gets up and speaks, and this citizen is the citizen president of the Friends of Prairie Creek. So the Friends of Prairie Creek is a club. It is a Facebook page. It is a group that really gets together and does the best for Prairie Creek, and has really tried to do right by Prairie Creek. Okay. So what's going to happen here is I want you guys to hear this for a second here.
It would be our last time to be here to talk, but I almost didn't come, but I thought I would come because I just kind of wanted to speak for all of us campers. I mean, we've enjoyed our time there, watched our children and grandchildren grow up there. I was very kind of disappointed in kind of the press with the mayor, where he a lot of us felt like he made it out like we made the campground so horrible that that's why it's being shut down. But there was a lot of great people out here at the campground, a lot of people that had great pride for the campground and took care of the reservoir, as myself.
So basically she's getting up here and just saying like, hey, look, we're concerned. There's a lot of us that were enjoyed this forever, and we loved it, and we were made to feel like all of us were the ones that made it bad, and we don't feel like we were ever invited to the table. We don't feel like the mayor ever sat down with us. Now understand, this is a Muncie City Park Board's meeting. The mayor's not here, the city engineer's not here, American Water's not here. So it's kind of like whatever, like Kate just said, doesn't the board have the final say in this decision? And there's a lot of people arguing this right now. A lot of people saying, wait a minute, Dan made this without the park's knowledge or without the park's approval. And let me explain this really quickly, and this is important. So the park board is made up of 5 people. I think 3 of them are mayoral appointments and 2 of them are council appointments. If I'm correct, there are 5 members. During the November 18th, and I know this because that was my brother's birthday, November 18 was a Tuesday, and there was a park board meeting, and there were all 5 park board members at that meeting. And that's just the last park board meeting, Tuesday, November 18th. The park board sits there, all 5 of them, and they're like, yeah, things are okay. There's going to be some people that have gotten eviction notices, but they can even appeal it. And if they appeal it, they can win and they can stay. And basically, if you don't get an eviction notice, you guys are good. You guys are good. The people who paid their winter storage, they're going to be there next year. And we're going to work this out. We're going to fix the dump station and everything's going to be okay. That board, that 5-person board, sat there and said that, while 2 of them knew differently. 2 of them knew the storm that was coming, but the other 3 sat there and said, yeah, everything's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Then the very next day, not even 24 hours later, Less than 24 hours later, Dan on Wednesday, November 19th, has a press conference where he says, everybody got to get out. We're kicking you all out. No more camping. And basically this lady, the president of the Friends of Prairie Creek, saying, we felt like we were done wrong. You guys took our money knowing that the reason that we paid the winter storage is because we thought we were going to be there next year. And to take the money and then to kick us out 9 days later is insane. And one of the things that she brought up was her concern that they're all told they need to be out by the 31st of March. Well, we're having a bad winter. It's muddy, it's dirty, it's gross. A lot of people aren't being able to move right now. There's a lot of elderly people who can't get out in the cold, who can't move, and who they think need extended time. And so one of the things they said is like, extend it by a month. Well, I'm going to let you hear what goes on here. So we're going to move forward here. If you want to go and listen to her entire speech, you should. It's good.
Children would get on the golf cart.
And she just talks about how the citizens deserve more, and it's really bad. Okay, so I'm going to jump forward here, and when she sits down, I want you guys to hear this.
I would like to put a motion on the floor to extend the move-out date.
Now, one of the board members is gone, so there's only 4 board members here. Okay. So let's continue on here.
Give everybody that month to get all their stuff out. I mean, that might still be tough because April's still a rainy season, but.
So Jim does a good thing. He says, I want to make a motion that we extend this. Dan told everybody without a vote from the park board, without anything, people have to be out by March 31st. Well, March is still bad. So Jim, at first he says the end of April. Then he realizes we want to do it to a Sunday. So he goes ahead and makes the motion till May 3rd, which I know is going to piss the mayor off. Well, he says this because he cares about Prairie Creek. He cares about what the people think. He's doing his job as a public servant. And listen to the crap he gets for this.
Give us a few more weeks to get things moved out. Just extend our contract to April 30th.
What? I don't have a calendar in front of me. What
That's
day?
a Thursday, I think.
That's a Thursday.
I mean, I'd like to go to the weekend, but I mean, if we can get to April 30th, I'm
So they do this. They go back and forth on this.
on without a plan's at worth, I would think.
So I did discuss this idea.
And they're talking about like, well, is this allowed? Is it okay? Is it okay? You're the board. Yeah, if you make it, Dan might not like it, but they got to go by your vote. It's not Dan leading the board. It's the board leading Dan, but they don't have the balls to do what's right, nor do most of the people here want to do what's right. They want to do what Dan wants. He's the only person really pushing. I like this. Okay, so listen to what happens here. Carl stands up, and Carl says some really ignorant shit. And when he does it, the citizens that are there push back a little bit. And I want you to listen to this. We're almost done here.
Can we get another surprise?
piece.
So
To our knowledge, there would be no problem based on construction.
For what
That's even,
Some of the campgrounds.
we've had the last couple of years.
If we can get to April 30th,
Some of the campgrounds that I did call is not allowing people to move their campers in until like April 15th. One was April 20th. Some of the campgrounds that I did call, that was around.
So they're just talking about.
end of day, May 3rd.
Could we have some discussion with Carl? Is there, are there any?
And the discussion is right here when the board is meeting. Okay. She says, can we have some discussion? I'm okay with that. So they have Carl stand up.
Conflicts with that space or
what I
any
would say
events or?
would be for the board and myself to have conversation and discuss if that's even a possibility, being that the date has already been set.
It's okay to change the date. And that's what this is. What you're going to hear Carl say here in a minute is he wants to have discussion, but not right now. He wants to have it kick later on down the road. Listen to what he says.
So
We don't even have there's not even a plan set forth with the campground. So there shouldn't be any work going on without a plan
Right.
set forth, I would think.
Right.
So I did discuss this idea briefly with the legal team this
So the
week.
president of the board
And
talked
thinks
about this with legal.
that is a possibility.
Legal said it's a
What that would probably
possibility.
need to look like is that that's a formal extension
Yes,
of
Kate.
the lease. So it would require notice of those people that are not going to be out by
Right.
the contracted date.
So
They would
listen to what
essentially
Carl
sign a
says
lease
here.
Agreement with no additional cost and follow the same terms of the lease with a new end date. So that would also help us to understand if people are intending to still get them out, are they just delayed, or is
They're
there
delayed.
a different issue? I did also
Here it
talk
goes.
with some of the administration this week,
Some of the administration, who are we talking about? Are we talking about Dan?
reviewing if there's any plans yet.
There's
for
no plans.
What the future
No
is going to
plans.
be, if there's any construction start dates or any planned work out there. Certainly, the more we go into that summer season, there's a risk of overlapping and delaying any projects, but there's no date set or no construction.
There's no
set
projects.
yet at this
Right.
time. Still working through some preliminary
Here we go.
visioning for that. Understanding
what Jim asked.
that I received is that they're going to have
Who's
essentially
doing the
some
visioning?
and then once they've got a baseline, or
We're
some
the
kind of
board.
foundation to start bringing that to the public, bringing that here to the board for us to provide some feedback.
So who's doing the visioning? I mean, what group is doing that? Just the mayor?
So I think right now it's under the mayor and his team. I know the city engineer, Adam, is involved from the septic side.
Why aren't
the
they
electric
here then
side,
tonight?
The water side. So the engineer has got a large piece of this as well. But I expect there'll be external contractors as well.
Well, shouldn't the
associated.
Parks Board be involved in this?
That's,
Shouldn't the park board be involved in this?
that's a,
And you hear the citizens talking, okay? Now that's going to make Carl mad here in a minute.
that's what I'm hoping gets done, but that's right now it's not there yet. So
Thank you for being honest.
Here it
So
goes.
should we, just to loop back on the legal aspects of extending the lease,
They act so scared.
you think that would be okay with the legal team?
the
Now keep
first
in mind this
discussion I
guy
had
here,
seemed-
this guy right here in the white, right here in the middle of Jim Lutton and the board president, he is the city attorney. He is one of the city attorneys. He's also a park board member. He's not saying shit if he has a mouthful of it, but he's sitting there shaking his head. So yes, it's okay.
like that's feasible. We'd have
And
to
look,
get-
you see him shaking
make
his head.
sure that
Yes.
that's correct and works out.
But now listen to what Carl
don't
says.
see any initial
Carl's
issues
not
with
happy.
extending that for some time period.
I think probably what we would do is more than likely from the legal standpoint is anyone who needs the extra time would be given the opportunity to sign an extension.
Yes.
In advance, not last minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
To our knowledge, there would be no problem based on construction with doing that.
Sure, there's nothing going on.
Do it. We wouldn't do it, but if they need to do it and want to do it, and it would be a help, then probably have everyone individually.
Here we go.
Case by case, sign an extension to be, and no
Here comes
charge,
Carl
no
to throw in
additional
his 2
charge,
cents.
to allow the weather to get a little bit better and to get out to another location.
It would be something that they'd have to come in and sign. So it would be a document and it'd be in
Yeah.
writing. And a
Would not be
contract.
a blanket for everybody, where there would need to be an extension of the terms.
Yep.
But that's
And
not
the
what
winter
Jim's talking
storage
about.
terms.
Hey, Brad, I would entertain.
Go ahead, Carl.
Here we go.
that We, as a board, set some time to talk about the plan, timeline.
He wants to set some time to talk with the board, not now during the park board meeting.
As a team, and then meet with Adam Engineering
And figure out a time that works for Adam and the mayor to meet with them.
so the team there that's also going to be part of the decision making. But I don't think here tonight that we have all the answers and all the facts that we need. And so, but I think that's something that we can move towards in that direction. So.
I don't think here tonight we have all the answers. Now, that makes the citizens mad, and you're going to hear this. Listen.
And then we'd be better prepared to give the answers to the people once we kind of know ourselves exactly what's taking place.
So
I mean, we can't be involved with the planning if we don't even know when meetings are happening or what the plans are going to be. I mean, I've seen a South Shore plan from a few years ago. I imagine that vision's probably going to come to the North Shore, is what I'm guessing.
I don't know.
So
I don't.
That's what I would say. Hey, we're not gonna have all this going on tonight. We don't have the answers.
Now, some citizens were speaking up. The park board is in control, not Carl. And when the citizens speak up, Carl says, we're not going to have all this going on tonight.
Tonight,
Yep.
Yeah.
We need to get in the room and meet and discuss and talk, and then be able to give the community and the people the answers that they're seeking.
We need to get in a room and discuss, and then we'll tell them what we figured out. We're not going to have them be a part of the conversation.
Tonight, we don't have the answer.
We don't have any answers.
But didn't you know this day was coming and then there was going to be a lot of...
Hey, excuse me.
So then they gavel the
Right
board
now, we're talking
down.
about the extension of the lease. Do we feel comfortable
So
deciding that tonight? or do
thank
we-
God
For the,
they go
Third.
ahead
yes,
I think
May
is the
3rd.
motion we've got.
and they make the motion and they extend it. So if you have not heard this yet, folks, this is breaking news. They voted right here. I don't care what they say. They voted to extend the move out time till Sunday, May 3rd. They just did it right here tonight.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So it is extension of the lease for winter storage through end of day on April. Nope.
On
May
May
3rd.
3rd, Sunday, May 3rd. Sunday, May 3rd is your new move-in date. Now, I get up and let them know how pissed off I was about what I just heard, and then we're going to get to Catherine. Here we go. This is nuts. For the record, because the audio or the video doesn't show the back, I want to be clear that the mayor is not here this evening. The city engineer is not here this evening. Both of those are gentlemen who we've just talked about could be part of this discussion. Some of what's concerning is you guys talked about this. Now, thank God you voted on it and you pushed it through to the 3rd, so that's good. But some of my concern is what we were hearing is we don't want to do this tonight when there's all this here. I think that's what Mr. Malone just said. This is when you do this. You don't do this in closed doors. That's what has everybody pissed off. You guys can't meet when everybody else meets. That would be a closed door meeting. That would be illegal. Now, for the record, because we don't show the people that we're talking to and us ever at the same time, when I said this, they were all shaking their head like, yeah, you're right. We can't meet later on. This is our meeting time. So like they knew that, but they never spoke up and told Carl that. It's funny to me. They never mentioned that to Carl. Okay. Look, listen here. You have to do this right here tonight when you got all this here. And I want to be sure that all of you and the administration who don't care to be here tonight understands that it's all about all this. And until you guys and they start to understand that it is all about this, the administration is going to continue being a joke. This is going to continue being a joke. And the people are going to continue being pissed off. Jackie is. I'm extremely upset that we would have a member of the administration talking about needing to do stuff in secret without all this. That is what people elected this mayor to get away from. And we're going to go into a 3rd term of backdoor crap and getting away from all this. So I just wish, instead of listening to that, you guys would fight against it. You guys would push back. I think that you guys were very highly disrespected with how this decision came down. You guys had a meeting last month. And then the very next day, some of you knew, some of you didn't know. And that's not how this stuff should run. So, hopefully we'll get it together. I don't hold out hope. I'm assuming we'll just get more of the same. And that's why the people are pissed off. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert.
All right. So that was that. I've heard from the citizens, the reason that a lot of citizens didn't go to this meeting tonight was because they had reached out to the administration right after the last meeting. And they said, will Dan be there? Will the city engineer be there? Will American Water be there? And they were told that Dan and the American Water and the engineer, neither of them, they were told as far back as 3 weeks ago that nobody was going to come to this meeting tonight. And that's why the citizens didn't come, because Dan doesn't care enough to hear. So hopefully they'll sue. I don't know what's going to happen. I got a lot of contact from people in the city that work for the city after my speech tonight. They said, thank you for speaking. People after the meeting come up and spoke to me. They are mad. They are working on this. But, when Dan's not even there, when they're not even there to get yelled at, like what the hell? So that's that. Go back and listen to the whole meeting. It is important. If you're in Muncie, you care, you should go back and listen to it. And that is that. All right, what a perfect time to end. All right. God bless each and every one of you. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.